Hey guys, just letting everyone know, giving people a heads up that things are about to get rather intense. All right, so a while ago, probably I don't know, for a few years ago, I made a post regarding the 4 waves of ascension. So we've got the first wave starting now. Also in my 2020 video, I talked about the 3D and the 5D split. I actually thought that was coming in 2021 of August, September, but it's actually starting now. So there's literally going to be a split between those of the lower consciousness and then those of the higher consciousness, those on the ascension journey. With each wave, there's going to be a more and more intense split of the two consciousnesses. All right, so we've got with each wave, you're going to see people rise in consciousness, but those connected to the matrix is actually going to do the opposite, and they're going to fall deeper into the matrix. So what they're going to perceive everything around them crumbling, they're going to see it all crumbling. Where those people who are waking up and moving through the ascension, they're not going to really see it crumbling as such. They're going to see it renewing. But the people within the matrix are so fixed into the matrix, they're going to look around and think their world's just breaking down, like the apocalypse, so to speak. And they're going to start falling into like a lower vibration, and they're actually going to they're either going to get sick, they're going to harm others, or they're going to harm themselves, all right? And you're going to see a rapid amount of mental illness start spreading. With each wave, that's going to increase. And after the 4th wave, there'll be a complete split of 5D and 3D. Not sure what happens after that split. If you look at some of the videos, like of what psychics and what channelers are saying, it's all very different. But I had a download many years ago, back in probably 2018. Now, this is what I was told, and so far I haven't been told anything incorrect. So what happens when we go through the 5D and the 3D split, we actually shift so much in timelines that let's say you've got a parent who's not going to make the ascension, like they're totally fixated into the matrix, right? Now, when we have that split, because we jump in timelines, that parent was never in that timeline anyway, so they might have passed a year ago in that timeline. So there's not going to be any trauma connected to the split, all right? So because you're just not going to know. It's just going to be like you're just going to move on. So yeah, everything's going to start moving up and intensifying now. You're going to see just the truth's going to really start rolling out. So with each wave, it coincides with the purge. All right, so we are going to see a drop in population. And after the split, there's going to be quite a considerable split in population. But as I said, I believe we're not going to know anyway, because it's going to be, we're shifting to another timeline, so we're not going to know who we've lost or anything like that. But yeah, you just got to really, when you see everything crumbling around you, realize that it's just the old going, and it's going to be renewed with everything that's coming. It's going to be much, much better. It's going to be, we're moving from a slavery system into a system of freedom. So despite what all these other people think when they're fixed into the matrix and they see it as doomsday, the other thing as well is these people who are connected to the matrix, what they don't understand is we're co-creators. So we create our own reality. So when they look around and they see their reality is breaking down and it's doomsday in their minds, it actually becomes doomsday to them, because they have created that reality. So their body will break down either emotionally, mentally, or physically. That's the way it happens, because they're actually creating it. So because we're very powerful beings, and hence why we were taken over, and everything was, our reality was, the direction of our reality was manipulated via our minds, which we created. So now we're awakening up to this. And then we're going to start creating a golden age. So just letting people know, things are going to get intense. And I've said it plenty of times before, just sit back and understand it's a process. If people are going nuts around you and that, just let it be. Because realize that it's part of the direction we have to go for the new to come in. On that note, Have an awesome day.